All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Castlevania, Season 4, Episode 3. That building is going to be blown up. Mm-hmm. Maybe not this episode. Probably not this episode. Nope. But sometime.
Nope. A little bit ahead. But the idea of little things being placed into little cracks feels very much like the Castlevania style writing. It's like, hey, these first couple episodes of a season, we're going to lay a couple things into some holes. We're going to put some Forge Master blades into some greaves, you know?
Yep,
We're going to hide some little bits of lore about, death and little things there. Just things. Just pepper it throughout, you know?
Yeah, no big deal.
No big deal.
But then also, 2 episodes now, and we still haven't seen Best Reasonable Boy, Isaac.
Yes. Oh my God.
Like
where's the absolute unit?
And we've already done a 6-week time skip. Like, I thought I was thinking that maybe we would see Isaac starting the invasion at the end of the previous season. But now we're 6 weeks in, 2 episodes in, we still haven't even touched base with him. He just got a big-ass army and a big teleporting, mirror thing. You know what he's doing? He's teaching them the hotkey formation switches from Age of Empires. He's like, all right, box formation. Yep.
No, fuck.
No.
Are you? No. Now wedge formation. Okay, good, Gerald. Right, that's doing good. That's better than Tuesdays.
That's not Barrow. Yeah. No, he actually.
You're going to fight strong armies. You need to be able to shift formations on a dime.
We actually just find out that he took the time to full on Megamind, just pursue his music career and find himself.
That was
Metro Man or whatever.
Metro Man, not Megamind.
No, it's in the movie Megamind.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
No,
he does feel kind of like a Megamind, where he's a supervillain, you know? And he understands presentation.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's bald and everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
And quite frankly,
he's got hordes of followers.
He could use some introspection. He just lost his super-powered person that he was obsessed with, and now he doesn't know what to do with his life.
That's true.
He's Megamind.
Isaac is Megamind.
Isaac is Megamind.
So y'all, let's get right into this.
May I ask you a question?
Of course.
What are we doing here? I do not need to tell you what night creatures are, Forge Master.
I like this one.
Yeah. It's like a berry.
Case in point, I am a night creature. I eat blood and
you drink blood.
A berry would probably not kill you. Night creatures do the will of their Forge Masters.
Then perhaps I simply don't understand your will. You have us burying people. We kill, destroy, and despoil. You have us burying the rotten dead and rebuilding and repairing this place.
And if you're wanting to kill all the humans, why do you need a city?
I was waiting for that.
Nature is fluid. You believe your tools of destruction only because this is how your kind have always been used. Have a berry.
Memories.
It's not blood or meat, but you don't appear to have died from it. This city was once home to many hundreds of people, perhaps more. It could be resettled after we're gone. The city will be here for people to find and make homes in. Would you like another berry?
I think so.
Wow.
Interesting.
One day, hell will be emptied and its doors will rattle in the wind.
Whoa.
Wait. What? Yeah. Chotomate.
May I make an observation?
You may.
You are changing.
Yes.
There is
I'm glad he said that.
revenge in you, I think, but other things.
Other things, yeah.
It took me a few weeks to transform the viable bodies in this city. Weeks more to effect repairs and bury those two destroyed.
There we go. That's what he's been doing, yeah.
is it so bad to take my time and think for a moment? I have killed many people, old wizard, for many reasons. But killing you felt just. It felt like repairing the world a little.
Okay.
I like that feeling.
Filling in a crack.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mirror, what is this? And who might you be?
Do you not remember me?
You do not look memorable.
I'm working to bring about Dracula's return from the dead, Isaac Forgemaster.
How very interesting.
It's more than that. I've been speaking with magicians and scholars across the land.
To what end?
He has unfinished business, sir. He owes us death. Death in volumes unprecedented. His great work remains incomplete.
So does mine, Vani.
I expected better than that of Dracula's favored Forgemaster.
Then, come daylight, you can wriggle in your little coffin with disappointment. But do it quietly, as I do not wish to hear your voice again until my own task is complete.
Oh my god.
Ah, Striga and Morana. Oh, Striga.
Yes.
Big, big woman. Oh, damn.
I changed my mind. Have soldiers carry me around the countryside on a bed.
This isn't so bad.
We've been out here for weeks. I don't want to know how it can get worse.
Well,
I said I don't want to know. I don't want to hear any more of your stories about saddle boils and eating rats.
Here, dull the pain.
This is all.
Oh, nice attention to detail.
I love you.
One big coffin for the both of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I have no particular love for humans. There's a food chain, and we don't top. Humans are pigs with shoes, and they don't cry when they want bacon. I am not sad when I turn humans into food. Okay, is there a swift and merciful way for us to take control of all the designated territory between the castle and the sea?
You mean snap my fingers and it's all done? No.
There will be suffering.
It's war, Morana. There's always suffering.
It's not war. There are no two sides to this.
It's just
a
us.
rolling invasion and entrapment of hundreds of thousands of humans. I came out here with you because I wanted to see for myself the logistical challenges to the plan.
And
Cool.
I told you you didn't
Nice.
have to. I'd survey the theater of combat and let you know what I needed. Also, you're the one who asked me if I wanted to command an empire.
Yeah.
Don't talk down to me because I am not a soldier. This is going to be a horrifying mess that we will be dealing with to the end of our days. And it will cause more suffering than history has yet seen.
Are you suddenly doubting me after all this time because your legs are sore from living my life?
Are you ready to fight the same war over and over again for the rest of your life? And the crazy plan makes sense because I don't know. Carmilla has this magic reality distortion spell and we pride ourselves on making things work. But we've been out here for weeks away from her and her madness, and I'm telling you.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Day armor.
Holy
Get in
shit.
the trunk.
No.
Arrows can't pierce it and light can't get in. Get in the damn trunk, love.
Love. Yeah. Do it. I'm going to fuck shit up. I am so hard right now.
go.
Let's do this.
Let's go!
Oh my god. That is just...
That is badass.
That is Guts Berserker armor, but in, like, bird form.
Cuts through the horse and the guy. One swing, one hand.
Oh! Holy animation! Oh my god!
Shit!
Right.
I win.
Over here, dog fuckers!
That got their attention.
Idiot!
faster.
Oh my god, this is totally a Berserk reference.
Yeah.
Oh!
This is them basically saying, yes, we could animate a Berserk adaptation and it would be fantastic.
Oh my god. Shit. Oh! Oh! Oh my god!
Holy shit!
Shit! You hear the thumping bass in the background too?
Like, this feels like I'm watching Radon fight. Like,
yeah. Oh my god. Jesus.
Holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
I take it we won. Do you know what this thing smells like?
They weren't fighters. They were just people.
Farmers, yeah.
Villagers.
Yep. Desperate.
Farmers and the like. I don't disagree with what you said about Carmilla. I just fought fucking farmers.
That didn't feel good.
Fear in their
Yeah.
eyes. Not fear of dying. Fear of not having fought. Fear of not saving their people. Except this whole land is nothing but fields and forests. But they did it anyway. We'd never stop, would we?
So
I
vampires.
want to be wrong.
Okay.
I want you to be wrong. We could do it.
We could, but we'd be doing it forever. You'd be out here fighting forever. I'd be back at Styria trying to keep supply lines intact forever.
Hector is finally ready to stop making night creatures. Come home. It begins.
And just when they're like, we don't want to do this anymore, then it's like, you don't have to do this anymore.
You don't have to, yeah. Yeah.
It's worse than I could have imagined. And I've seen more than a few wrecked towns in my life.
What I don't understand is, Dracula hit it first when his wife died here, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's still infested with vampires and night creatures. Hold on.
What is that thing?
No.
It can't be what I think it is, but...
Well, shit.
Oh, Borgia.
Yeah, hide that shit.
I'd rather get
Sleight
a
of
bit of
hand.
underground court.
Mm-hmm.
Not yet. I want to be certain you can be trusted first.
That's good. Because we want to make sure we can trust you first.
A speaker.
We'd like some time to look around. You can find us again later, I'm sure.
But we have important matters to discuss. Saving the city, restoring the throne, imposing order.
We have important matters to discuss too. In the meantime, we're going to take a good long look at how you failed to do any of that so far.
Oh!
And whether we're going to choose to help you. She does need our help. But I am sick of being a beat player in someone else's story.
Oh.
Walk away.
All right, is that the episode? All right,
Holy
y'all. This
shit.
episode just got me something hot and bothered.
I know that you didn't at all disagree with me on this fact, but didn't I say once Striga was shown?
Oh yeah. No, we were both in the same boat there for
And
sure.
this is why I'm so happy that the creators of this show understand. Big woman. But then also armor. Like, it's just
armor.
It's just
full body armor.
Like
helmet.
Yes.
Like linked hard plate armor.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's some good shit right there.
That was some good shit.
Mm-hmm.
That was
and let's be real. For any of y'all that are in the know, Berserk is a fantastic story that deserves a fucking proper anime adaptation. And while the 1997 version,
it did its job well.
It did its job at least getting people like into Berserk.
Yep.
It is not that impressive of animation visually.
Yeah.
Thus, also, it's an incomplete adaptation in that they kind of chunked out like a bit from one of the most popular arcs, and didn't do anything before that and didn't do anything after that. So, and they also cut out a lot of the darker elements of the story. Like, I mean, a lot of them.
A lot.
This show is basically them being like, we can do it.
Yeah, we can totally do it.
We can totally do it. And this is the guts armor, the berserker armor.
Yep,
so,
yep.
That whole bit.
It's.
I want to talk to the crew or the directors, the animators,
Shake
stuff like
their
that, and be
hand.
like, yes, thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
And it's unfortunate.
You can do.
It's unfortunate because Isaac, you were absolutely stealing the episode.
He was
like, that was so good.
It was so good in the beginning too.
And then sorry,
I loved everything with Isaac.
Just your bad luck that it had to be in the same episode as
all this.
As this, yeah. Like we literally just have the frame of
Morana and Striga
just like holding
almost
each
like
other,
forehead
like,
touching,
yeah, touching and stuff right before Camilla so rudely
like
interrupts
her big
them.
armored hands just around the small of her back. It's like, oh, that's hot.
Yeah,
so good. So while we're hoofing and woofing and barking over here, let's talk about the episode because while Isaac got like his moment here, it was combined with the Chimera Ant Night creatures, what we're kind of calling him for now.
Yep.
Instigating a lot of this conversation and a lot of this discussion and bringing up the idea that Isaac has changed.
Yep. And that is very important to have brought up because even just the this much passage of time. Yeah. It only took the first couple weeks to turn, all the people, right? And then there's all of this rebuilding that he's doing.
Yeah.
Why? Didn't you want all the humans gone? Why bury them? Like what's the deal?
I want to say something that's like a little bit of a deep cut here.
Yeah.
But I think there was a very specific reason why they showed Old Lady Forge Master in season 3 when they did. And I think that's because they were planning out this kind of next step for Isaac back then. And it's just the idea of let's show Isaac what his future potentially looks like.
Sure.
Being alone, a little bit crazy.
Yep.
And not necessarily having much purpose in life.
Right.
If he continues on this path. And that's what she was. She was basically a dark, foreboding future for him of what a Forge Master's life looks like if it's done in the typical way, maybe.
Right.
Now, she did not look unhappy. She just looked like an old crone that maybe is a bit, lacking in the motivation department in general, which is something Isaac would probably just want to die if he ever lost his motivation to do just life and everything.
I'm not sure if this is entirely accurate. I mean, it's an interpretation for one, so but the crone old Forge Master from season 3 felt kind of like the other side of the conversation with the shipmaster.
Yeah,
where it's
I definitely feel that.
like the two different sides of the argument, kind of, and I feel like this is now Isaac having taken both of those in and to heart, right? And now it's okay, what am I going to do? Who am I going to be? What do I want?
Right.
And how am I going to go about achieving it? Because yes, you have a phenomenal power at your fingertips.
Absolutely.
You can bring people essentially back to life.
Yep.
Right?
Wow.
Like, that's ridiculous. The whole Chimera Ant dude being able to actually start to remember his previous life because of eating berries and stuff.
That's so fascinating.
Speak and reason and be like, oh, I'm going to play with this doll.
I totally see it as the Chimera Ant reference that it is, because they're focusing on the ant one that then has memories of its old life coming back to
becoming human. And
I mean, these creators are fans of anime, like a lot.
Oh, totally.
They know making little subtle nods to things like that.
And if you're going to, make homages to anime,
make reference to the
good
greats
choices.
out there.
Yeah, exactly.
Berserk and Hunter Hunter.
Right. So awesome. And so now we're in this situation where Isaac, granted, he is power tripping a little bit.
Yes. He's a little bit of Carmilla in a lot of that.
Yeah, that god complex is stoking just fine, right?
Yep.
But yeah, if you're doing this as a way for then the people that had their past sins or whatever to pay penance on the earth. Of course that wouldn't last forever.
Right.
That would just be a different form of damnation, right?
It would be. You're right.
So yeah. He, choose, what do you want to do? Who do you want to be? And yes, I'll show you that you can be more than just the, pillaging, killing, and, all of that stuff, right? Cool.
Yeah.
How does that fit into your previous goal of, like, getting revenge on Hector, killing all the people in the world? That sounds like a form of punishment, essentially. The fact that you repaired this city was specifically so that other people could come here and stay here after you guys leave. But aren't all people just horrible, and don't they all deserve to die?
Maybe they're tying in a whole bunch of things here. It's only been 3 episodes this season, but I really feel like they're starting to tie in this idea of, well, if life is a form of suffering,
sure,
how do you choose to live in the midst of that before you die? And in this kind of through line, little underlying conflict for the main 2 characters of Trevor and Sypha. Sorry, Alucard, you are a main character for sure, but you've been kind of sidelined a bit recently.
Yep.
Is that Dracula could come back. Right. In fact, I really want him to come back. I really want him to. But the point I think that's being thematically kind of drawn in here is all the characters are questioning what they live for.
Right.
If they are going to bring about tons of death, what's the point of that if we don't live in the midst of that?
Right. The Striga-Marana conversation was... I absolutely adored it, not just because of the amazing fight sequence that we had, but, like, that's something where them talking about what they want, I would say, is very much needed, and yet I still didn't see this conversation coming.
No.
Right? Because, yeah, if you're going to do some crazy campaign, you rule the world, whatever, do we actually want that? Like, we've had a pretty good life. Do we think about the
logistics of what that entails? Marana is the project manager who is basically like, yeah, we have our vision caster crazy, whatever. But I'm friends with the salesperson. The salesperson and I, we're here to make this shit actually happen.
Yeah.
And Lenora's marketing,
Right. Striga can close any deal.
Any deal, yeah.
Any deal.
But she is one person.
Right.
I don't want my best salesperson to just run dry and ragged as they're going out there and doing all this themselves. Let's delegate. Right. Well, Hector has his night creatures on the way.
So that could potentially
shift things up a bit.
That could make it so that they don't even need to necessarily think about this. But the fact that they already had an in-depth conversation about it, free from, Carmilla's like ears or anything like that, to come to a potential understanding that, yeah, we don't want to do this, that could then still have them wonder, is it worth it? Even if we didn't have to be campaigning, do we want to rule the world? What's the point of that? Like, we've got each other. As long as we can be happy and we have enough blood and, like no one's...
They want each other.
Bothering us too much.
They want each other in a place that is safe, secure. I loved the terror that came over the 2 of them when the arrow came through and melted off a bit of Striga's wrist.
Yeah.
The idea that the arrow came through and like dropped basically all pretenses of their security with just this one random shot that could have just instantly hit one of them.
Right now. And that was from a farmer, essentially.
Yeah. That was not something that threatened their lives necessarily, but the light that came through that little crack, that stayed there the whole time, and they very much walked around it the whole time.
Yeah,
all it would take is a little crack, if you will.
Yeah, and right, exactly. And the idea of like they're having this realization, it's like, yeah, maybe you shouldn't go back to the castle, or like, like
I'm kind of worried actually because
now I don't want them to die, like.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I didn't want them to die before because I didn't know them before.
To be fair, if Hector tries anything now, Striga is not afraid of the day. We now have an actual reason as to why Striga could be the one left alive after this whole thing, and then she hunts him during the day.
That'd be terrifying. Although at the same time...
Can you imagine her fighting off like 50 night creatures?
Yeah, but how tragic would that be if after all of this stuff happens, right? They have this realization. They're like, yes, we know what we want. We're going to go after it. We're going to kind of put some of this life aside, right? And we've seen that she doesn't have to worry about the daytime.
No.
If it's just too fast, and all of a sudden the whole building collapses.
It doesn't matter.
And then it just doesn't matter, right? She's already melted or whatever. That would suck. That would really suck. I hope that they're okay.
Yeah. But now they just had in some ways their death flags hoisted. And it's primarily because they're shifting their focus in terms of their motivation away from basically being in alignment with Carmilla to potential infighting.
Right.
And this is something we talked about in season 3's beginning when we were bringing this whole thing up. And now it's starting to bear fruit. And it's primarily because of Carmilla. It primarily is because she's selfish.
Very selfish.
She's not one that I would say is a good long-term leader. She's what I would call the best kind of fire starter for getting people riled up.
The catalyst,
Yeah, exactly. I would love to have a Carmilla on my team who basically brings everybody to kind of gather and then basically is like, all right, now let's talk.
Yeah.
And take ourselves seriously. Right. And then people, I think, would be like, okay, cool, now I'm thinking about ideas. But no, I wouldn't put Carmilla at the head of the team once everybody gathered. I'd be like, thank you, Carmilla. Step aside now.
Right.
I would personally put Lenore up there, actually.
Oh, absolutely. I would 100% put
or Morana.
Yeah, Lenore or Morana. I think the two of them together could make a very, very effective duo leadership group. But
like the face and the brains, basically.
Exactly. Right. But yeah, Carmilla, she's the early stages of the rocket. Those
gotta don't go to space. Those get detached and parachuted
it'll
into the
weigh
ocean.
you down.
But all right, that's what's going on there. The jewel that they found is piece that connects to potentially the Forge Master's blade, which could allow it to actually do what it's meant to do, unless it's not a Forge Master's blade because it was not attached to the blade; it was attached to the hilt, which is interesting.
I think it is a Forge Master's blade. The real question is
because every episode so far they've added to it, basically.
Right. But the thing that's I'm curious about is that if that's a Forge Master's blade, well, there's been this notion that the Forge Masters themselves are rare, right?
Right.
We've only seen 3 of them total in the entire show.
Yes.
And the magic is pretty OP, so if you could do that, you would, right? If you have the option, a lot of people
none of the
do
people
it, right?
here are Forge Masters.
None of the people here are Forge Masters, but that seems to be a working blade device. Yeah. If someone else picks up that device, could anyone be a Forge Master? I feel like that wouldn't be the case.
I agree.
But what's the deal? Because, when I think about this group of human people, the ultimate goal would be to get a Forge Master that's on your side. And then you make an army of night creatures.
Forge Masters don't have to be evil.
Exactly. And then you have them defend you from the other night creatures, and then you can start rebuilding the city or whatever. Like all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
But, so, yeah. I'm suspicious. Yeah.
So, all right. Well, good luck surviving to the end of the story, Vampire Sisters. Y'all have potentially all signed your death warrants.
I really hope not, though. Carmilla totes needs to die.
I have no love for Carmilla in the long term. I feel kind of bad for her a little bit. But I feel like she's the kind of person that burns all the bridges and then wonders why she's all alone.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Like this is clearly not my fault,
Right. I can't believe everyone else has done this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. She is very much the kind of character where it's she's probably lived a bit too long. She's spent too many years of her immortality, basically, focused on the past.
Right.
And thus, she can't even realize how much she's walking, all over Lenore.
Yeah.
Because I don't feel like Lenore is really upset with her situation here. I think she's more just scared of the idea that Carmilla will bring down ruin upon them.
Right. And that makes sense, because if she's the diplomat, if she's able to, navigate and, convince and all of that stuff, and then suddenly there's this person that, there's no talking to her. She tried talking to her, and she just kept... that skip track of, all these things happened. I'm going to get the world and, all the, okay, now I'm actually a bit worried because I can't interface with you.
Yeah. It's the kind of thing where I really love talking to people who are dreamers. Like people who look to the future and basically are like, Now, I don't know how I'm going to get there.
But I'm going to get there.
But I'm going to get there. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome. What I really, really, really like talking to people, though, is when people invite you into their dream, basically. When they're like,
sure.
I don't know how I'm going to get there, but do you have an idea?
Right.
But Carmilla's not doing that.
Right. It's Striga and Marana. We'll do this together. You know,
Right.
Whatever we do together. So what are we going to do? You know, forget everybody else, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really exciting when someone who has the whiteboard with their math problem all on there comes and goes, hey, like, you want to add something to this? Do you see anything there that could be good? Or and then they go like, oh, actually, and they like start erasing things, and you're like, wait, and they're like, no, I think this is a more like, and you're like, oh, okay. It starts a dialogue. It's interesting.
Diplomacy. Both people get what they want, even if it's not what they originally like
set out to get.
Yeah.
But all right, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and any level of support there gets you access to our Discord, where you can chat with us in the community there about the show, about animated shows in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
We stream every weekday. The info's in the description.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.